to enact a policy to reduce charges imposed on remittances, but instead allow governments to impose a charge on remittances for charitable activities.
Reduce the fees in order to give that money to a community project that is then implemented by local government, civil society, the UN, to maybe support a school or a community center.
Currently, Uganda receives about 1.5 billion US dollars annually from remittances. In another development, the Prime Minister also held talks with the Deputy Chairman of Kyrgyz Republic, also formerly part of the Soviet Union. Edili Baisorov expressed interest in fostering bilateral relations between Uganda and his country.
I want to say, let us start on political cooperation.
Yes.
Extending an invitation to you and your government.
And our government, it's most certainly we are interested.
The Prime Minister also met the Managing Director of the United Nations Technology Bank, Deodat Maharaji, who briefed her of the enormous opportunities Uganda stands to benefit by supporting technological innovations in various sectors of the economy.
UN Technology Bank, we were established precisely because of the issues that you have identified, Prime Minister. Is how could we use science and tech and innovation to help landlocked, least developed countries?
And so the technologies we need and support is to, first of all, develop industries. We already have electricity. Now, we want to add value to our coffee. I'm about to come up with a policy not to allow unprocessed coffee
To be exported.
to be exported. We have a lot of agriculture products that need to be exported, but now because we are landlocked,
The First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, has commended the African Women in Processing, a WIP Uganda chapter, for championing women-led industrialization, now hosting a WIP leaders at State House, Nakasero. The First Lady praised their efforts in transforming women from producers to industrial players, especially through inclusive support for uneducated women. As a WIP's patron, she lauded the group's unity and vision, sharing inspiration from Bangladesh's Grameen Bank model. A WIP Uganda announced the upcoming groundbreaking of a women-led industrial park in Buikwe district on August 14th. Now, the initiative supports African Union's Agenda 2063 and the AFCFTA through regional industrial parks.
The First Lady, who is also patron of AWIP Uganda, commended AWIP for its visionary work in transforming women's role from merely producers to processors and industrial players. She noted that it is always good to see women rise up to places which are traditionally male-dominated.
Your vision of a continent where women play a pivotal role in driving industrial transformation, contributing to economic development across Africa, I believe is the dream for every African woman.
The minister applauded the African women in processing for holding hands with women who have not had a chance to be educated and prayed for God's blessing upon the great work of the African Women in Processing initiative.
But it is a blessing to know that there are women out there in our country who deeply care about the other women, the well-being of other women, especially economically. I think this is a burden educated African women should carry with them. It's good, and more we get African women really take the trouble to lift up others, the sooner Africa will be lifted up.
Mrs. Museveni emphasized that the unity, clarity and purpose shown by AWIP Uganda is a strong indicator that real transformation for women in agro-processing is possible.
As you know, government focus now is on improving the quality of life of our people as they get income at household level through government programs like PDM, like Emyoga, and many others. When women prosper, families prosper, and communities prosper.
The First Lady shared a story that has guided her reflections on women's empowerment for years. She recounted her visit to Bangladesh many years ago, where she studied the origins of the Grameen Bank and how it transformed the lives of poor, uneducated Muslim women who were trapped in cycles of debt from exploitive moneylenders. Miss Elizabeth Kasenene, President AWIP Uganda chapter, explained that the AWIP initiative was founded by visionary African women and policy leaders to support the African Union's Achieve Agenda 2063, African Continental Free Trade Area. It focuses on women-led industrialization. The program is housed in the African Union Directorate of Industry, and in Uganda, it is housed in the Ministry of Trade.
So it is registered in Uganda now as a social enterprise, but the key idea is to develop industrial spaces to create the enabling environment for women who are already in business, but they are operating at a cottage level. They are out of their garages, out of their homes. They can't scale because of the usual challenges that we know. They don't have certification, so they can't get onto the market, into the supermarket shelf. Financing, the buyers who are out there don't trust their product because they don't know what they are putting in at night. And so they face quite a number of obstacles. And the vision is that these parks create that enabling environment.
The AWIP model aims to develop 6 to 8 regional parks, including sites in Amuru, Masaka and Barara, aligned with value chain potential like hospitality products, spices, dairy, coffee, textile, metalworks, and recycling. Reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
Thank you, Baguma William, for that. Now the Electoral Commission has revised its roadmap for the 2025-26 general elections. Aspiring candidates for all positions, including the presidency, can begin picking nomination forms on 11th August. We have the details.
Electoral Commission has made more adjustments in the electoral roadmap for 2025-26 general elections, where it has changed the nomination dates for candidates for local government councils. In the original roadmap, Electoral Commission had set 3rd September to 12th September as nomination dates for all different positions for local government, however realized that the schedule is wrapped together. The chairperson Electoral Commission, Justice Simon Byabakama, said the nominations have been rescheduled and nominations of district chairpersons, lord mayors and councillors are set for 3rd September to 5th September, while chairpersons at municipality and city division levels set for 8th September to 10th September.
People vying for positions of chairpersons and councillors at sub-county, all towns, all municipal divisions. Their nomination will be conducted from 11th to 24th September this year. That the adjustment goes on up to around 24th of September, taking about 3 weeks. So in that regard, therefore, we realized that the original program was too ambitious and may not realistically enable us to do a good job in nominating people appropriately.
In the adjustments, the nomination date for members of parliament has also changed to 5th and 6th October 2025, and aspiring candidates have been urged to download nomination forms from the Electoral Commission website on 11th August. Electoral Commission, in addition to adjusting the nomination date for aspiring presidential candidates to 23rd and 24th September, has set 11th August for them to pick nomination forms of their supporters and forms for signatures of their supporters, emphasizing that those to sign have to be registered voters.
Vying for president, you are required to collect signatures of not less than 100 supporters from 2/3 of the district. Each district of the 2/3 should give you 100 supporters or above, whichever, but not below 100. And when you compute 2/3 in the current number of districts in the country, that's about 98 districts. So every person should be registered voters in that district.
The document for the signatures is supposed to be submitted 2 weeks to the nomination date for the Commission to verify whether the names are authentic. I'm Nafka Farida in Kampala.
The NRM Disputes Tribunal has upheld the election of General Henry Tumukunde as party flag bearer for Rukunjiri municipality. The tribunal also confirmed Peter Ken Rochap as the duly elected NRM flag bearer for Napak district. And according to Enoch Barata, the Director of Legal Affairs at NRM, all 45 tribunal rulings so far have been won by the respondents. The tribunal is expected to formally present its outcomes to NRM Chairman Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Honorable Aruswaka in Butaleja, he was confirmed, he was petitioned by about 4 people. But he was found to have won fairly and squarely. There was also, yes, a petition on General Tumukunde. I think I have read that one. It was saying that he is not a member of the NRM, or that he had left the NRM. The tribunal found that he had returned to the NRM properly during the registration exercise. So his victory was confirmed. There was also a controversial one from Hoima Woman MP, where there had been multiple declarations of winners, and I think the tribunal confirmed one winner for that constituency. I think it was Wembabazi.
Come to receive the ruling. On behalf of my client, retired Lieutenant General Henry Tumukunde. A petition had been filed here challenging his election, claiming that he was not lawfully nominated. But we are happy to note that the tribunal members unanimously dismissed the petition and upheld the declaration of General Henry Tumukunde as the duly elected flag bearer for...
As far as our constituency is concerned, because first of all, the petitioner just wrote a letter, not actually a petition. And that's why this thing has been thrown, because there was nothing like evidence in the petition. So it was just a letter. I was writing a report which he should have taken to the police for further verification. I'm calling everybody, including the petitioner, that we should work together. So you should come and rally behind me.
I'm a respondent in this case, where one of the candidates in the last NRM primary election petitioned me, and I came the winner. I'm very happy that the will of the people of Agago West has been proved by this tribunal.
Section of the petition gives ground that in Abantu Walwatugondeze, the people had supported us, people are still supporting us, and this decision is not entirely mine of coming back. It is a decision that has been asked of by those people that did vote for me, that did feel defranchised, and those are the people that are calling me back.
The NRM Electoral Commission Chairperson Dr. Tanga Odoi has summoned all aspirants contesting for positions on the Central Executive Committee for a harmonization meeting on Tuesday, 12 August 2025, ahead of their elections. The Commission has also announced that the party primaries for Local Council 3 and councillors' positions will be held on 14th August.
The NRM Electoral Commission has announced another round of party elections scheduled for 14th August 2025.
We have primaries for LOC3 chairpersons as well as LOC3 councillors. That election will follow the normal processes of election. The process is lining up.
On the same day, there will be voting for special interest groups.
Categories of special interest group for that election are the PWDs, the older persons, and the youth, not the women and the youth.
Similarly, NRM has summoned all Central Executive Committee aspirants vying for different elective positions, save for the party chairman to show up for a meeting on 12 August 2025.
Why do we want candidates to come for a meeting? They are now making consultations with the voters and the people out there, but some of them are already using bad language. Some of them are already abusive. Some of them are describing using adjectives and adverbs which are negative about others. We want them to come, and we agree that as national leaders of the party, the decorum, their level of decorum and integrity should be high.
While addressing the media at the party's Electoral Commission offices in Kampala, Dr. Tanga Odoi was emphatic about the progress of the outcomes of the NRM Elections Tribunal.
The tribunal has started releasing its results. Don't come to the Electoral Commission once you get the results.
To those registrars who messed up the process, dismissal awaits them.
I can even say it with certainty. We are going to dismiss 3/4 of the registrars. 3/4. Because almost all of them are touching on altering results. If we find there are alterations which need court, we shall recommend them to be taken for trial by the courts.
In cases where the tribunal recommends fresh elections, Dr. Tanga Odoi expresses compliance.
When tribunal calls us to make some changes by going back to vote, the Electoral Commission of the party is ready to do that.
Among those celebrating the outcomes of the NRM Elections Tribunal is Ruth Rijoki Mushabe, whose July 17th victory has been upheld.
We have been cleared and have been upheld as the flag bearer for NRM for our district Turhura. As you've said, I'm very excited. I'm grateful to God, and I want to thank my supporters and everyone who has been praying so that this also ends, and that the cases that were put against me and the election and everyone that voted for me, they have been dismissed. And I really want to say that they shouldn't have been there in the first place, because it stopped being a campaign and it became a personal attack.
Dr. Tanga Odoi has, however, sent a strong warning to those belittling him and his commission.
The commission which will handle elections is called the NRM Electoral Commission, not Tanga Odoi Commission. I'm answering to a rumor, allegedly by the Right Honorable Kadaga, allegedly, that Tanga Odoi may not be the right person to handle this election. I respect the Right Honorable Kadaga so much. I least expect such to come from her. But just in case it came from her and any other Tom, Dick, and Harry, the commission is a commission of 7 commissioners, and it will handle elections in Kololo beginning at 10. That election must close at 4, when the sun is not even covered by the clouds, when everybody with 2 eyes will be there to see what is happening. When a person winning will win because it is lining up. When a person losing will be lose because it's lining up. Because candidates will be called, delegates will be called to vote, and they line behind the candidates. Tanga Odoi does not have any way of changing a long line to become a short line.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
The first Deputy Prime Minister and also Minister for East African Affairs, Rebecca Kadaga, has criticized NRM Electoral Commission Chairman Dr. Tanga Odoi for mismanaging party primaries, resulting in over 200 petitions. Kadaga was addressing NRM delegates in Wakiso at Green Card Gardens.
Kadaga made the remarks while addressing National Resistance Movement party delegates from Wakiso district at Green Card Gardens in Nansana.
We did not have confidence in the Tanga Odoi because he had run elections for more than 3 times and the results were not very good. So we had gone to the president and told him that Tanga has completed his tenure. Let him go and we'll get other people. But somehow they hold up it. And when we were told to, when we went back with names, we found position that changed, that Tanga should continue. But what you are seeing here, the petitions among the parties, the result of the activities of Tanga.
Honorable Eriaza Bilihairi of Chaka Central, Chegegwa district, says they have conducted 3 party primaries and emerged victorious over incumbent Tom Bright Amoti. But the party electoral chairman is yet to announce the results.
About more than 12 affidavits have been presented to the panel, and actually some of those which we presented in our petition, they made their response. The first respondent made their response and never objected to those facts that prove that I won. For that matter, we have confidence that if the tribunal is also very impartial, we are going to have justice.
Mole Asimwe of Rampala questioned the NRM tribunal's handling of petitions, urging that petitioners should be called instead of using phone messages.
Be calm, go on your ways, do your things as though there is nothing until they've told us 7 days. Even if they give us more days, I don't know. But there is no need for hurry, there is no need for anxiety, there is no need for rude and exchanges in the media. Kindly, my people.
Vice Chairperson of the Elders Legion Wakiso District, Florence Chintu, urged party members to avoid divide and rule politics, warning it could split the NRM.
If there was no problem, there is no way the village registrar could have that energy, could have that mandate to mess around with the elections of the primaries. You can't imagine that a village which register has got 300 people, you end up telling people that a person got 600 votes.
Pius Wakabi of Bugahea constituency, Hoima district, called for fines against those who file petitions after losing elections, saying they waste time and resources of the victors.
Why I'm here, the EC made the mistake. He had made altered in announcing that my opponent has won. Then he apologized. I'm sorry, it was a mistake.
And now to our top story this evening. President Yoweri Museveni has announced plans to transform all presidential demonstration farms into centers of excellence aimed at eradicating poverty and creating employment opportunities. Now, while addressing residents at the State Lodge in Chicherera, Mayuge district, the president said the initiative will equip households with skills and resources under the 4-acre farming model. Now, he pledged free agricultural inputs for committed families and emphasized that farms will double as training hubs. Citing past failures due to poor supervision, the president vowed to ensure the new strategy succeeds. He discouraged rice cultivation in wetlands, advocating instead for fish farming as a more suitable and profitable venture. Museveni urged locals to form SACCOs for easier access to government support and promised improved security against livestock theft through increased policing and surveillance. The meeting was attended by top leaders, including the 3rd Deputy Prime Minister Rukia Nakadama and the Minister for Presidency, Millie Babalanda.
Ekalobeire ku police station tibasobola agirekula
kubanga bako bati bo bazira buyinza. So muzeyi ndi kukutusira amaloboozi gano kuba nereta akasente ate ni mwene buti yawesa n'emmotoka buti yona ngeme. So muzeyi omwami oyo aliyo ayenda omulingemu. N'ebigambo ebyo muzeyi tulikwaniriza olukiiko luno lulwo.
The young man whose vehicle knocked my vehicles,
era omwami gwe bakobye eyatomera motokadde,
I forgive him.
Olwaleero muzeyi akusoniiwe.
So the police commander give him back his vehicles.
Era police commander azaliwo na RPC aliwo alagire bamwirize motoka ye.
He can go to the penitentiary and confess his sins.
Ye aje yabe babetamu abaliwo.
And we are going to make it a center of excellence.
Atenga wantujja kwongera okufuulawo amakula wajafuka matendo ekifo kino.
For all those 7 activities.
Era ebyo ebigendwa omusanvu ebitolo omutumu bwavu omusanvu ebyo.
The coffee will be there.
Emwani lida kubaawo.
The fruits.
Ebibala.
I need an acre of fruits.
Ayenda oyikana ama ya bibala byonka.
You have to choose whether it is mangoes or oranges or whatever you choose.
Whatever
they choose, my technical staff. The dairy, I'll have not just 8, I'll have 8 for the farm, but I'll have many for the villagers. I want all of you to become Balaro. So, General Bareche, we shall have the 8 for the farm, nucleus farm, but also I want to buy your land, that land you are talking about. Then we have a multiplication center there for the cows. Then the 4th acre should be for food, either mogo or banana, whatever they choose. Then the enkoko, not 500, but a big number.
Ya jakuta wanonge enko diri mubunji mwena mulunde ngatingo ku bitano byonke biri wano.
Former State Minister for Education, Captain Francis Babu, has expressed concern over rising indiscipline in Uganda's political class and the undefined nature of democracy in the country. Now, he says a clear direction is needed to foster unity and prevent persistent political conflict.
For a PO who is going to render unto us opening remarks.
Former State Minister for Education, Captain Francis Babu, has observed that democracy varies globally and emphasized the importance of integrity in leadership.
You start creating the divide and rule. Then the British ruled us for 70 years and they introduced a concept called divide and rule. And you people have been sacked and you're also dividing each other and ruling each other. Why don't you sit down and analyze the issue that is creating this problem and cure the issue instead of wasting time on little things that have happened?
He says a clearer direction is needed to foster unity and prevent persistent political conflict.
And the reason why you have invited me is because I told them when we say these things, some people intimidate to an extent of saying they can take your life. That's nonsense. This is our nation. If I'm going to be a martyr to make this country better, well and good. But I am going to be very polite and say, parties have no problem. Party is, the lawyers will tell you, go and register one in the Electoral Commission, and that's a party. It's the people in that party that make it have its culture and have its face.
An aspiring woman MP for Kairo District, Naigaga Harriet, explained that NRM's biggest challenge is poor administration, though she maintains it remains the most democratic party.
I would like to say that NRM party is not a bad party. It's a good party. It is an organized party. And for sure it is the only party with democracy. The challenge is with the administrators. The problem is not the party.
Otim Bernard, NRM flag bearer for Maruzi North, proposed legislation to control the commercialization of politics.
There must be a law against monetization or commercialization of politics in Uganda. This is the root cause of all the crises Ugandans have. If you want to say we have bad leaders, it's because politics, leadership is for sale, and the richest takes it all.
Joseph Chigozigola and Poka Wanguzi for UBC News.
Thank you so much, Ms. Afra.
UBC News Tonight continues. NRM delegates in Soroti have voiced concern over what they term as favoritism towards new entrants at the expense of loyal, long-serving members. We have the details.
National Resistance Movement delegates in Soroti have voiced concern over what they term as favoritism towards new entrants.
The NRM has a system that I want to call bad. It rewards and recognizes opposition people who closed yesterday. There is no way someone is going to support NRM for 40 years, then someone who has been fighting the same government comes last year and today is another DC.
The concerns were raised during a campaign event for veteran politician Mike Mukula, who is seeking re-election to the NRM Central Executive Committee.
The capacity to mobilize, if you have a striker who is good, a football team, when you have a person like Ronaldo, you don't change Ronaldo from a football match. This is Ronaldo here. Kama mnacheza mpira, huyo ndio Ronaldo ya NRM.
Mukula called for experienced leadership and urged the party to respect its history and committed members.
Learn the ethics, the ethos of the national resistance movement first. Alomaringina, and you are a newcomer, you want to be a newcomer. You want to be a vice chairman, you want to be member of parliament, first time, that's a bit of a tall order. I will support his efforts, and I really will put my energy to support him to be a member of parliament, Soroti City West.
His message resonates with many who expressed dissatisfaction with internal party dynamics.
These people are delegates, but as you're aware, delegate work almost end in this very month. And I think that is not good. After delegates, what will follow next? That is the area that you people need to address, especially those of you who are going to be at SEC level.
Do not use deductive reasoning. If you don't like Egunyu, and Egunyu moves with Mukula, Mamlibe, Kao Patareke da Mukula, Mambo Mangada Chakin Mukula. That's not correct.
Mukula reiterated the need for unity, especially ahead of the upcoming elections.
The Public Accounts Committee, PAC, has put the Law Development Centre, LDC, under pressure over failure to account for the funds for the financial year 2023-24. A report by the Auditor General revealed that LDC overspent its approved budget by over 600 million shillings, contrary to public finance and budgetary regulations.
Yeah, it depends on the kind of...
The Public Accounts Committee members, led by their chairperson Mwanga Chivumbi, have paid a courtesy visit to the LDC main campus at Makerere to review findings from the Auditor General's report for the financial year ended 2023-2024.
Spilling over queries.
The report revealed that LDC spent 100 million shillings on a dinner venue, 77 million on branding and photography, and 199 million on reception area renovations, among other expenditures that drew sharp criticism from committee members.
Partitioning of legal aid clinic, leader campus, footsteps, furniture. There was no price according to the procurement plan, but 159 million was awarded, Chair.
When you look at the contracts award, you have 5.1 billion. Now, when you look at the appropriation for those 17 procurement, it's 4.648, a whole difference of nearly 600 million of amount of...
Costa Wilson Bugembe at 20 in Tuganda Kusaraya. Do you remember this? How about this? And this one? Join Pastor Will Be as he celebrates 20 years of great ministry, worship, praise, and holy entertainment. On the 8th of August at Campus Arena Hotel. Interest is 150K and the table of 8 goes for 3 million. Alibaba tickets available at 120K on MomoPay. Dial star 165 star 20 hash. You can also find them at Worship House Nasana, Papa Sport Machindi, and Serena Hotel. For booking, call 0760 333 132. Sponsored by Victoria University, Fenon Records, Next Media, Pepsi, QC Restaurant, Massey Christian School, Success Motors, and MTN.
You got us on your wallet. Bobby, again! What's the drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! FOB! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
All right, listen up. Colgate is on a mission.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth.
New Colgate Herbal with Salt combines traditional nature's herbs with a pinch of salt and Colgate Science. A natural recipe for strong teeth and healthy gums.
Omusumba Ezekiel okuva Kenya, musajja wa Katonda, Mukama amukozesa. Mujje mu crusade egenda okubeera ekirombe, manye obulamu bwammwe tebugenda kusigala kyekimu.
Uganda, are you ready for the biggest revival explosion? New Reference Center and the Church presents a revival hearing crusade by pastor and an international evangelist, Ezekiel from Kenya.
Shine, shine, shine. You shine and you shine. And just in the name of Jesus.
It will be held from 13th to 17th August 2025 at Zambia Chirombe Grounds, Kampala. Time 8 a.m. Come and take your miracle.
Mwenna abantu b'ekirombe, mwenna abali awo, mujje mu lukuŋŋaana. The Lord will seriously bless you.
All you are welcome.
Welcome back from that break, and now into more of our news this evening. Uganda's Chan Local Organizing Committee has addressed logistical concerns ahead of March Day 2 at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole. Now, Communications Head Dr. Dennis Mugamba spoke to the media about the ongoing improvements.
Uganda made history on Monday by hosting a continental football event at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole. Amidst losing 3-0, several other issues were noted, including lack of food kiosks and ticketing challenges.
We deeply regret the unfortunate incident on Monday when fans did not find food and drinks available in the stadium kiosks at Nambole. The local organizing committee has since worked with CAF to ensure that all those kiosks within the stadium are fully operational for the next games, and that the service providers are compliant with the expected standards of a competition of the magnitude of CHAN 2024. We have agreed with the management of Nambole Stadium and CAF that there will be no fee charged on the service providers who are going to bring foods and drinks in the stadium kiosks. Therefore, we also expect these service providers who are bringing drinks and foods into the stadium kiosks to have reduced prices for our fans in order to reflect that we have subsidized the items they are going to sell by not levying them a fee.
Dr. Mujimba announced a ban on physical tickets and reassured fans that better planning is underway.
I repeat, all the tickets that CAF made available for Monday, the 4th, they were all sold out. As we have said before, CAF is responsible for managing the ticketing system for CHAN 2024 tournament. As a standard measure for enhanced safety of fans in the stadium, CAF is not making available all seats in the stadium to be filled with fans. So if our seating capacity at Nambole is 38,000, all the 38,000 seats are not available with tickets for sale. CAF reduces that number for safety reasons. This protocol is not only unique to Uganda, but also our sister co-hosting countries of Kenya and Tanzania. It is CAF that decides how many seats, which seats are available for each match in the stadium. We thank the fans that quickly adopted to the online purchase of match tickets. The sale of online match tickets is something that we all have to get used to, because CAF is not thinking.
Institutional bulk ticket purchases are being discussed with CAF, though each individual is currently limited to 5 tickets. Dr. Mujimba clarified on volunteer guidelines and issued warnings about banned items. Uganda Cranes will face Guinea this Friday in a must-win game, with fan zones like Mbara Fan Park providing viewing alternatives.
That's exactly what
Uganda Police has prohibited vuvuzelas, the air horns, whistles, glass bottles, cans and other selected items at the Mandela National Stadium premises during the CHAN 2024 games. The police spokesperson, Rusoke Chituma, says the action intends to enhance order and minimize petty crimes usually committed by the spectators.
We had the review meetings with the CAF officials and also the local organizing committee. So as security and those teams, we made a number of observations. So I wish to notify to you that air horns, or what you call vuvuzelas, they are very common on football pitches and activities of that kind. Those are prohibited. Glass bottles and cans, I think those ones in the previous press I talked about them. They should not come anywhere near the football or the stadium. Large bags and suitcases. Large bags, I know there are some people who come from long distances to come and watch these matches. But please do not come with a huge suitcase, because it becomes a very serious security impediment. Video cameras. I wish to notify you that they are also prohibited. Tools, these ones I mentioned it, like hammers and other dangerous equipment, knives, or things that can cause harm to others. Those are also prohibited. So before you leave home, check yourself and ensure that you have not carried a hammer or a knife with you. Flasks are also prohibited. Smoke canisters. You have seen some football matches where people carry smoke canisters. Especially these are applied when spectators are in overdrive mood after maybe a score or a success of sorts. So you find them lighting these canisters. Now these ones are also prohibited. Even umbrellas are prohibited. So do not come with an umbrella. And the good thing, there is no sunshine in the evening. So for a football match at 8 p.m., I doubt whether you would give us a very convincing reason why you would be carrying an umbrella. Yes, somebody may say maybe for rain, but just know that among the rules that we have been given that should be enforced is that you should not carry an umbrella. We urge all the attendees, all the spectators to comply with these regulations for their own safety and for the safety of others.
Now, the Uganda Cranes head coach, Molly Biekwaso, has rallied fans to remain confident ahead of their crucial CHAN group match against Guinea. Take a look.
Uganda will face Stadium Nambole. Guinea won its opener 1-0 against Niger, while Uganda lost to Algeria.
You know it so well that we are under pressure, despite the fact that we didn't start with the win. So this second game means a lot to us. We need to do extremely hard to see that we overcome Guinea, which is not going to be an easy thing because they already have a win in their hands.
Coach Biekwaso addressed the media during the pre-match press conference alongside assistant captain Roger Storach.
We all know that we lost the first game, and we are now focused to another game. That is tomorrow. We are playing against Guinea. So everyone in the camp, my boys are ready, and we are ready to continue and push hard so that we can win tomorrow's game.
He confirmed that the team will miss striker Emmanuel Anyama and midfielder Martin Youngman due to injury.
Now, the government has reaffirmed its commitment to data-driven development through support for research institutions and model technologies. Now, this comes as Mbarara University launches a policy and economic data center.
Mbarara University Policy and Economic Data Center, located at Mbarara University's Chihomoro campus, has been inaugurated by Permanent Secretary, Minister of Finance, Ramadhan Govi, who said it will enhance evidence-based policy making.
I therefore congratulate MAS on getting to this level of setting up this center, not only to gather and process data from the primary generators of data who have spoken here, but also to turn the data into information and the information into policy. The center will help us to make the economic data collected by UBOS, by the Bank of Uganda, by URA, and other entities meaningful.
He noted that the facility will aid efficient planning across government sectors. The center will use AI and other technologies to generate real-time insights and will partner with key institutions like UBOS, Bank of Uganda, URA, and Uganda Investment Authority.
The way how this system is very crucial for our president
is that when it comes to parish development model, number one, it will show him how many beneficiaries have gotten money in a particular village. That is point number one. Point number two, he can query it to know of these beneficiaries, how much did they get? There is number of beneficiaries, and then it tells you how much they have gotten. Then he can query it. He says, since I started the parish development model in Karisu Zokazo LC1, with this number of beneficiaries who have gotten money, how much is revenue generation in that village? Because we want to narrow down to know where does URA exactly get its money from. Now it can tell you that from the time they brought this, the parish development model, this village initially, it was collecting this much in terms of revenue, let's say 10 million, now the village is standing at 20 million. Now, it is a clear picture to show you that maybe there is a correlation between PDM money that was given in this village vis-a-vis the revenue that has been generated. It can show you those trends.
He credited NRM's ideology and President Museveni's Musevenomics as inspiration.
So this center, as I said, is a policy and economic data center that is going to generate data, but also to analyze existing data to inform policy. So this data informs policies that guides the different programs, government programs. And the good thing is that we are working with all these government ministries and agencies. So the center, in a way, is to enhance the research function to guide evidence-based policy formulation.
She emphasized that evidence-based collaboration aligns with the university's mandate.
Lawyers representing the Lord's Resistance Army commander Joseph Kony have vowed to defend his rights in absentia during his upcoming trial at the International Criminal Court. We have the details.
What ICC scheduled to confirm charges against Joseph Kony on 9th September 2025. Despite outstanding warrants, his whereabouts remain unknown. Joseph Kony faces charges of war crimes and crimes against humanity committed in northern Uganda between 2003 and 2004.
Even if these charges are confirmed, the position of Joseph Kony is completely unaltered. He will still be subject to an arrest warrant. He'll not be subject to any further restriction on his liberty. He'll not be subjected to any, and it's highly unlikely that there ever will be a trial of an accused who is not before the court at the ICC.
His lawyers are challenging the legality of a pre-trial in his absence.
Kony is apprehended here. He will ably face charges and tried by the International Crimes Court other than being tried in the ICC. In fact, it will also give most of the victims here and all the witnesses to hear or be part of the proceedings, unlike if this trial was held in the ICC.
So it's a very small percentage of the things he is said to have done. And the ICC cannot try him for the others because they happened before 2002, or they...
9 senior defense lawyers have been assembled for the case.
What we've been doing is looking into these two big overarching questions. One, is this process legal under the ICC statute? And two, is it a good idea for the ICC to take these steps, even if legally it can?
Victims and observers question how justice will be achieved without the accused Joseph Kony.
We are not saying that this is a good idea, that we are not saying that the court should or should not engage. What we've done is we've asked the judges to consider more deeply the views of the people in northern Uganda, because they are the ones who should have the right to decide how this story ends.
What we will do at the confirmation charges hearing is act like lawyers. We will put the challenge to the confirmation charges that is legal, but what it will not be based on the assertions of our client that he wasn't there, that he didn't do this, that he didn't order this, because
We don't know whether that's what he would tell us.
Joseph Kony, via the Lord Resistance Army, is accused of atrocities in Lira, Guru and Soroti. In 2014, Joseph Kony allegedly offered to appear if the International Criminal Court lifted its arrest warrant, an offer never realized. In April this year, Joseph Kony's family returned to Uganda after peaceful talks with the Central African Republic. Deborah Namamonde, Viola Nance Subuga, UBC News.
Now, a new report has revealed significant gaps in Uganda's fight against sexual and gender-based violence. Now, according to the Generation Gender Program, cultural norms and limited legal access continue to hinder justice, especially in rural areas.
The findings were presented at the National Gender Dialogue held to mark the close of the 5-year Generation Gender Program. The program was implemented in 6 districts using community engagement to tackle gender violence.
There's been visible and tangible practice change as well as policy change. We have bylaws at grassroots level that have been enacted, that have been put in place to address key cultural barriers that were originally a hindrance to the progressive realization of gender equality. We also see more youth taking on leadership positions at different levels. We've seen some coming up to participate in the different political activities that are taking place currently in the country.
The report identifies cultural stigma and inadequate legal support as key challenges.
There is risk of tokenism in governance issues and limited influence in actual decision making by women and the youth, especially even when given the slots, like 2 women in the Sabine Parliament and 2 youth. Will they actually be given the voice, and will their voices be heard so that it's not mere tokenism?
A Uganda Bureau of Statistics report indicates that 95% of women over 15 experience violence, with most cases going unreported.
We have witnessed remarkable progress in youth involvement in decision making, processes especially tackling gender-based violence. Young voices are no longer silent. They are the leading change for change. As Malala said, when the world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful.
Stakeholders are pushing for stronger male involvement, legal reforms, and improved grassroots support.
Which require that they have access, and they should have access to justice. And how do they access justice? Is they need to have legal aid. And legal aid means that somebody can access the justice system and their cases be reported and they go through for them to get justice.
The Dutch government, which supported the program, has pledged continued collaboration.
And unfortunately, they're all ending in 2025, which I deeply regret. First of all, I think 5 years is too short. We need more time. But also 2025, 2024, they turned out to be difficult years for civil society organizations.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Thousands of farmers under the Doho irrigation scheme in eastern Uganda have received 40 tons of fertilizers and 10 tons of aromatic rice seed from the Korean government, a boost expected to improve yields and livelihoods. Details follow.
Farmers under Doho irrigation scheme in eastern Uganda have received 40 tons of fertilizer and 10 tons of aromatic rice seed from the Korean program on international agriculture.
My goal is to increase the productivity double. Actually, here the general productivity 2.5 ton 1 hectare.
The donation coincides with the second planting season, playing a significant role in boosting rice production.
We have done it timely by making them get this seed before the season begins. Therefore, they can start at the same time and they can follow agronomic practices at the same time, and that will make water distribution and other advices be easy.
Doho farmers have already improved yields from 2.5 to 9.8 tons per hectare after the past training and interventions.
Earlier on, we would develop varieties and release, and it did very many of them. But they would miss the opportunity of having it brought in the hands of farmers through demonstration and guided on how the varieties can give the best yield or performance. But with COPIA being here and following up farmers throughout the season, they get these varieties and they're guided on inputs required, and we are very excited to find that yields as high as 9 tons per hectare is being recorded.
Uganda's raised demand is 400,000 tons, while current output stands at 250 tons. Authorities hope this support will close the production gap and explore export potential.
Apply to all rice farming in Uganda, surely we develop the productivity. Then we can make self-sufficiency of rice and also surplus of the rice. Then we can make the export to neighbor countries.
And perhaps in the near future we should even start to package our rice for the supermarkets and the high-end markets.
The initiative marks sustained partnership efforts to fortify Uganda's rice sector. Oko Joseph, UBC.
Techno and MTN. Together, our flash snap is unstoppable. Grab the Techno Camon 40 series and get free 9 GB of MTN data valid for 3 months. Don't wait. Get your Techno Camon 40 today at Techno stores and MTN outlets. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Alright, listen up. Colgate is on a mission.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs.
New Colgate Herbal with Salt combines traditional nature's herbs with a pinch of salt and Colgate science. A natural recipe for strong teeth and healthy gums.
Now into business, the Nakawa Resident City Commissioner has ordered the arrest of 2 leaders from the Imyoga Tailors Sacco over allegations of financial mismanagement. Now this follows complaints from members of Naguru 1, Naguru 2 and Bukoto 1 Imyoga Saccos accusing their leaders of misusing funds and operating without transparency. Take a look.
I'm the complainant of this man.
Esther Cherimo and David Smamila were arrested by police on the orders of the RCC, Benessa.
And by virtue of your position as chairperson of the SACCO, you needed to give guidance to the people that you lead. For example, in this instant case, when you received all the 30 million, you told me that you gave some money to the associations and people obtained loans. Some people have been in the position to remit back the money, they have paid back money to zero balance. 9.3 million.
They withdrew 3 million?
Yes, you later withdrew more money and invested it in scrap business.
But we...
On whose instructions we are doing all that?
We took back the 6 million,
no,
even the...
Who told you to divert money?
Members said over 6 million shillings was used by their leaders to trade in scrap.
This money has been grossly mismanaged to the extent that the chairperson and the high executive have been convening meetings to decide how they should spend the money. In the first case, they sat together as members of the executive and generated consensus to deal and produce. So this is diversion without the knowledge of the General Assembly. This money was lost. The money withdrawn was 6.3 million.
The accused confirmed using the money but claimed the funds were returned.
Yes, money was taken, given 62 members. That is the 50 million given to us.
Hey,
yes.
So why are they accusing you?
They are accusing me because I wanted to have the general meeting so that we change the leadership.
The RCC ordered for the arrest of the accused to fully account for the funds.
Those that peddle influence, those that use their positions in circles and decide to give money to themselves, I am issuing a warning. I am coming up for you. This money is supposed to serve the purpose for which it was given. Now whoever is mismanaging it is causing a financial loss that they cannot sustain. And for that matter, I am coming for you. We are causing audits in all the circles, and where we find anomalies, the leaders will be dealt with. And even those that obtained loans and have not paid back should be warned henceforth.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The State Minister for Investment and Privatization, Evelyn Anite, has received the prestigious Business Excellence Award for her role in driving Uganda's industrialization under the Buy Uganda, Build Uganda policy.
She has walked with her head held high, and today Uganda is walking with her. Evelyn Anite, Uganda's State Minister for Investment and Privatization, is now a holder of the prestigious Business Excellence Award. It is a celebration of her dedication to transforming Uganda's economy from dependence on imports to a beacon of export innovation.
I am so grateful, and I thank myself for working so hard to ensure that actually that investment job creation happens in this country. So I thank the appointing authority.
Awarded by Public Consumers Publications Uganda, the accolade is not just a mark of leadership, but a reflection of national pride. Over 300 companies were in the running, yet the voice of the people also rose to honor the woman behind Uganda's investment evolution.
And the different companies, some of them got platinum, others got gold, and the competition was very high, but they were voted largely by the public. And also, then the public also voted for me as the best leader in investment promotion in Uganda.
That self-belief has powered a revolution. Once a nation that relied heavily on imports, Uganda now exports goods far and wide. From mobile phones reaching markets as distant as Morocco, a bold new chapter has seen the country assembling its own vehicles for the African continent.
Who would ever think that we will have a Ugandan product being exported there? And above all, it is a mobile phone device that we are exporting. Who would have thought that now Uganda brags of assembling vehicles in our continent? Because as it is, all the vehicles that we have in this country were all being imported in this country. So I'm excited that we have achieved the first lane of manufacturing, which is assembling.
From Namamve to Mbale, the impact is undeniable. But for Anite, this is only the beginning.
It's just a matter of time that we're going to be having industrial parks in every corner of Uganda, because the president directed that we should have 25 industrial parks in this country. I personally moved and mobilized the local government and got land in each and every zone of Uganda. These are 20 zones.
With ambition, matched by action. Anita is proving that investment is not just about capital, but about people, purpose, and pride. And to her, Uganda's growth story has only just begun. Henry Okrut, UBC.
All right, and now into sports. Excitement is building ahead of the 2025 Uganda Golf Club Ladies Open, which tees off next Monday at Kitante. Now, this year's edition features a brand new car for hole-in-one prize.
The 7th edition of the Ladies Open at the PAS 72 Kitante Golf Course will award an electric Ridara double cabin pickup to any player who hits a hole-in-one on the 11th. The world-ranked event includes categories for professionals, caddies, and the gross amateur men. Caddies begin playing on Monday, with professionals competing for 10 million pass from Tuesday. Amateur gross men take the course on 13th, while the main ladies event starts on 14th through 16th.
This year's tournament seeks to promote women's leadership, entrepreneurship, wellness, and networking through golf, while providing an excellent platform to connect with premium audience in a relaxed environment and impactful.
Countries like Tanzania, Rwanda, and Kenya will participate. The reigning champion Idi Madina will not.
And with that, UBC News Tonight has come to an end. Thank you so much for your company. Now, on behalf of the team working tirelessly behind the scenes and myself, we wish you a blessed night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Listen up. Colgate is on a mission. It's kind of a big thing. Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth.
New Colgate Herbal with Salt combines traditional nature's herbs with a pinch of salt and Colgate Science. A natural recipe for strong teeth and healthy gums.
According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics Census Report of 2016, in Uganda, 12.4% of the population, about 4.5 million, live with a disability. Limited access to ICT and assistive technologies increases digital disparities, prompting UCOSAF's aim to promote digital inclusiveness for persons with disabilities. The ICT for People with Disability program aims to improve the accessibility of education and technology for persons with disabilities and promote their full and effective